Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and I thought we would work on this little paper sack journal that we started, I guess, the week before last. I thought we would work on this today, and I'll link the first video below so you can see how I put this together. It's just some paper bags that I had left over here and there. Some of them are some that we sell, and then some are just ones that people have given me, and I've just covered them with whatever was on my desk and put some different little flip ups and flip outs in them. And there'll be pockets all through here. See, I've just got a glassine bag there. These are some that I got an order in. That's some that we had a while ago. Just some different ones, and we made a little paper sack journal. Now I'm going to put 2 signatures in here. It's going to be a nice little fat chunky journal. I don't think you're supposed to use that word anymore, are you? A little chunky journal. Oh well. And I have taken just some scrap paper that I had on my desk, or laying around. It wasn't all on my desk, but it was laying in different areas, and you can see some of it's not cut straight. And I think I'm going to put one right here. Now there is no rhyme or reason as to where I'm putting these. That's just what I thought about doing. I'm just kind of picking an area that I think they'll work great. Let me put a little clip on that one. And then, let's see. I might put another one right here. Like that. See. Oh yeah, that's going to make it nice and chunky. And then when we get all of our tags and everything in there. Now what I'm going to use is I'm going to use this method where you just use the elastic and put around, because I think that's going to work better than me trying to stitch it in, because some of these paper bags are kind of fragile and I don't think they would work well if I tried to stitch it in. So that's what we're going to do on this. And I'm just going to cut a piece. If you don't have any elastic, you can stitch it all in with your sewing machine. I did stitch these pieces together with my sewing machine because I didn't want them to come apart. Now this elastic is kind of frail, so I'm going to tie it a little bit tighter than I normally would, because it's not a very strong elastic. Now I will cover this, the elastic on the outside, with some kind of lace or something. I went ahead and put this on there, but this can be untied and taken off, so that's not a big deal. And then this will just stay on the inside. And when you get ready to, when you get these full, if you journal on those, you can take those out, store them away, put some more in there. Let's see, where was we going to put that? Right here, I think. See, I just stitched them together with my sewing machine. I just took a bunch of scraps and stitched them together. Have any of you ever had a trigger finger? I know you may laugh at me. I know I always have. My doctor says, you are 1 in a million. And I say, thank you very much. And he'll say, I don't think I meant that as a compliment. Because if there's anything weird to have, I'm going to have it. That's just the way it goes around here. I'll show you in a minute what I mean. Let me get this. That's why I'm having such a hard time tying this, because I got a trigger finger giving me fits. I got to go tomorrow and see what they want to do about it. Oh, just the way life is. See, I can't hold on to anything. That's what gives me fits. If your elastic is really strong, now don't tie this too tight, because it will tear your paper, but mine's not strong at all, so I'm tying mine extra tight. Alright, there we go. And see, I can just pull that out right there. and we can cover this with elastic. We can cover it with some lace, and that'll all be covered. And then our little signatures are in here, and they can be removed anytime you want to. Okay, so trigger finger is what I got going right here. And at night, that thing will cramp up and it'll stick down like this. I keep a little bandage on it right now. I'm sure he's going to put a splint on it tomorrow. I've had one before, years ago when I played ball a lot. And I had to wear a splint on it for a long time just so that it's because of a nerve and a tendon that goes right through here. I mean, I can feel mine that's swollen. It's because of that makes it what they call a trigger finger. Look it up on Google if you don't know what that is. But they're not real painful. It's just aggravating because you can't grip things. See, I can't grip that whole that's painful when you do that. But that's about as far as I can go. I can't make a fist like I can with this one. So, yeah, I always have some kind of weird thing going on, don't I? So, anyway, look at that. That's going to be nice and chunky. And we'll tie it together. So, now let's go in here and see what we want to do to these. Now, that's the one that we added the napkin on, and I love that. But I think on some of these, I am going to put, like, some labels and maybe a flower. This is going to be a little upside down pocket, I think. So we can tuck some things in there. But we could raise this up and put a little flower on there. I don't think that one's going to hold. This is quite chunky, so I'm just going to use this big guy. This holds normal journals, but this is real thin and compact, so let's see what flower we might want to put there. Oh, I think that would look cute there with that, wouldn't it? And then when you raise it up, you get that surprise. Because I don't think we need any more pockets, so I'm not going to put any more pockets on any of these. Because once we get all these pockets filled, we're going to have a chunky, chunky little journal. There we go. And then that just peeks out right there. I like that. So then, let's see. This is, I need to put some glue right there. You can see that. I have everybody's journal in the mail except one person, and that's a person that just ordered not too long ago. Yours will be going soon, but the other ones should be in the mail, off and going. Okay, so I think we're going to clip the top out of this just so we can have a top loading little pocket. So I'm just clipping as little as I can and still get that opened up. Let's see what we got there. Let's make sure it opened. Yes, it opened nice. And got a string hanging down that's grabbing me. I'm going to go ahead and put a little pull on this side if I can. There we go. So we've got a top pocket, got a side pocket, upside down pocket. And I'm going to leave that page as it is. I might put a label right here. Let's see what we got. Might put a label. Yeah, that'll work. Right there. Okay, and then we've got the clear pocket here that we'll put a tag in. And then we have a side pocket there, another upside down pocket. Now you could put something on this if you want. I don't think I'm going to because I love that. So I'm going to leave that. Here, again, you could put another pocket on. I'm not going to because I've got so many pockets already. But I'm going to clip the top out of this so we can have another top load pocket instead of a side load. Let's see if I got it open. Yeah, I did. Okay. I don't know if this is going to clip through all of that or not. We'll see. Oh yeah, no problem. So here we may put, you know, other decorations of some kind. I don't really know what. I got these from Inked Paper Art a while ago, and I've not used any of them, and they're so pretty. Let's see. Look at that. And I think what they did was stamped on these little pieces of lace. I mean, my goodness. That had to take a while, huh? And I think I might put some of these as a little edge. A little flip. Oops. That was a lot of glue. I put some acetone in my glue. And it's a little bit... I think I overdid it a little bit, but it'll thicken back up. It's not a problem. It'll still stick. It's just a little thinner. Okay, that's good there. And here's our journal. Now you can stamp on this. That would look really cute with a little stamp or something on it. But I think what I'm going to do is I am going to put something like this on it. That's cute. And these are just some little stamps and things that I got from my sweet friend. She's always sending me goodies, and I love using them. Everybody sends me goodies. I've got some Happy Mail that I need to share with you guys, but I haven't got it all over here at my desk right now. So, and see that will just go there. You got a little pocket here. This is a little French 1859 book page, so I don't want to cover that up, but we might put a little something right here if I've got anything small. Maybe just a little flower right here. That won't cover too much up. There. All right. See, that holds normally. It just don't hold when it's little, compact, bulky. Compact, not compact. There's another napkin. Cut that little edge off. And then we've got a pocket here. And I think on this one again, I'm going to clip the top. Only so many side pockets that I want. There we go. We've got a little top loading pocket there. Don't know if I get this in there or not without making a mess of it. Let's see. There we go. Maybe. Doesn't have to be right in the center, so that's okay. And then we could put something else right here on the back. See what we have here. Try to find something that kind of goes with that. That's cute. We'll put that there. cute. I like that. And then here again we can put a flower, some kind. Got this one, but I think that's quite big. We might have to try a different one. That one doesn't work. Let's look in here. See what we've got. I've got to put these in my other little flower container over there. I had these in a different folder. So that's why they're not all together. But they're going to dump out of here very soon, I'm sure. Let's do that. Let's put a few little pumpkins. I got pumpkin on the brain, as you can tell. I've been working on some digitals today with some pumpkins and different things, and now I got pumpkin on the brain. Those are called mushrooms, Edith. Mushrooms. There we go. And we could put a little label up here, since I have no shortage of labels. Let's just put that there. Okay, got that. And then this side, again, you could do something different here. You could put a, let's see, you could put something like this on there. That would be cute. Let's just do that. This is a place in a little journal like this. It's just a place to use up your little pieces of ephemera and little flowers and things, and just decorate it like that. Oh, look how crooked I got that, and I don't think it'll pull up. Let's see. Maybe. Okay. If I don't hold my mouth right, I don't get it straight. Ish. Uh-oh. Straight-ish. There we go. That'll work. And now this little guy. And I think we'll just do a pocket on the end on him because we've got some top loading pockets. You see how crooked I cut that? Okay. And we can also do something here. You could put just a nice chunky label on it, or you could put some flowers on there. I think I'm going to go with just a nice chunky label. I really don't want to cover all that up. And you can put more than one label if you want, but I think I'm going to leave that for that side. And then this side, I will probably do something a little bit different on this side. Let's see what we got. We've got those, so we could go with something like that. That won't show up very well. We don't want a rabbit. Well, that would show up pretty good. Let's just go that route. That's cute. And again, here we have a pocket on this side. Here we could do something different. Let's put another one of these on there. See if we've got one that would work. I thought there was a black one in here. I think it's blue and red. I saw black. No. And I don't think any of those colors will work, so let's don't go that route. We'll put a flower or something here and I may have to do that later. Because right now I don't have one out that will work. We'll do that a little bit later. And then, and you can always, when you're working in this journal, you can always open it up at different locations like this. You don't have to keep it, you know, the front to the front and all that. I'm going to open this up right here. And it'll be a little pocket. This thing is going to have so many pockets in it. That's got a pocket there. This, I may open this one at the top. Just let that be a little tiny slide-in pocket. Then we got a pocket there, and we'll open this one, I think, at the top. That one's open. Okay, so let's go back here. There's all kinds of things we could do here. I think I might put that there, or maybe up there. I'm putting them all at the bottom, so let's put some at the top. Now, if you don't have any of these little stamp things like this, just use some of your scrap paper and cut you out some. They don't have to be purchased like this. Uh-oh, can't pull that one up. It's going to have to be a little crooked. So then right here we can do a smaller flower, I think. Oh, I don't want to go that one. Oh, that'll be cute. Let's do that one. I don't know what kind of flowers these are. You guys tell me. But I love those. I love the way they group. My mother used to have some of these. This is going to be one of those that's stuck together real well. There we go. And then on this side, same thing we could do, or we could just put, I've got some of these little round clocks. We could go that route, but I think I'm going to trim it. I want that white off of it, so I'm going to trim it real quick. This is a sticker. I just have to get it going. Let's see, 12 o'clock straight up, isn't it? Used to be when I went to school. I don't know if it still is. And what else? Something here. We could do that. That's just about the right size. I started feeling a little bit better last night about the sales and about my YouTube channel, you know, it not getting a lot of views. I started feeling a little bit better because I watched a guy on YouTube that I've been watching for years, and he's really good about keeping you informed and up to date on what's happening with YouTube and that kind of thing. And he was saying that there's so many people right now that their views are down, and he said it's just the way it is. It's not anything you've done. It's not anything, you know, that you've done differently. It's just what's going on right now. So that made me feel better, because I was beginning to get a lot, I'm not going to say a little, I was beginning to get a lot discouraged. And I don't discourage easily. But when you just work and work and work and work, and it seems like that things just continue to go downhill, sometimes you just get a little bit discouraged. Or maybe a lot discouraged. I'm going to put that on there. I'm not particularly happy about the little red bow at the bottom, but I can always cover that with a label if I don't want that on. But he said everybody's was down right now. It's just, you know, the way things are happening. And he was not blaming it on any particular thing. He was just saying, you know, it's the time of year, and it's just the way things are rolling, and just keep plugging, keep putting up videos. Plus, YouTube has started having some changes, so he said the only thing you can do is just keep putting up your videos. So I'll just keep putting them up. Hopefully you guys will watch. Alright, I'm not going to put anything on that because I don't want to cover that up. I may put something here later. I don't want to put anything right there right now. I don't really need to. And I don't mind her stamping on there. I don't mind that at all. I am going to cut the top of this open. Don't think I've already done that. Maybe not. If I have, I just done it again. So any of you that have YouTube channels, if you're getting a little bit discouraged, just keep on plugging, because everybody's views are down right now. It's just a fact of life. And to YouTube, their algorithm has changed. They're not going by how many subscribers you have anymore. Now they're going by the number of views you have, which used to be just the opposite. So that has changed. So it's just one of those things. Just a thing that we have to adjust to. Again, we're always having to adjust to something on YouTube. About the time you get used to how they're working things, they'll change it again. Okay, I pulled the whole back off that. Normally I don't, but let's see if I can get it down without making a big mess out of it. Ooh, come on, come on. Normally I pull a little off at a time so that I don't make a big blunder, but this time I didn't. I got a little wrinkle right here I'm going to try to work out. And if I can get that worked out, we should be good to go. So don't do like I do. Just do like I say do. And that used to be what my mama told me too. Don't do like I do like I say do. Alright, I've still got that wrinkle, but I'm going to take this and smooth it out, and it'll be fine because I've gone that route before, and it never has given me a problem. And then we can do a little label down here where I got my little wrinkle right there to cover that up. And I know some of you started new YouTube channels just not long ago, so don't get discouraged. Just keep on posting. Keep on plugging. It usually comes back around. Sometimes it takes it a while, but alright. Here I want one of my big flowers, but I don't have them pulled out right now. I think I want a big flower there. I don't know what I'm going to put here. Truthfully, I don't. I would like to have a piece of this on there, but it's not the right color. What we have right here. We've got some vintage photographs. I always put one of those on there. And then I've got another one of those, but it's not the right color. And then I have some ladies. Let's go with the elderly lady right here. Put her on there. And this is a copy of a cabinet card. It's not the original. I kept the originals. This is a copy. There we go. Then we can tuck something down in there. And I'll probably put something here once I figure out what I'm going to tuck in the back. Here again, we can open at the top. And let's go ahead and punch it. If I can get my punch in there. And then we'll put probably a large flower on here too. I don't know. Right this minute, I don't see anything right here on my desk that I want to put there. And then here's our second little signature. I like to forget what it was called. Let's put that on there. Since I've got quite a few of these, I don't have to hoard them like I did before I got more. I'm so bad. When I get something with somebody and I really like it, I hoard it. Okay. And then here again, we can put something on there. I'm just trying not to get up and get extra pieces. I'm trying to use what's on my desk. So that is why you're seeing me just look around. Don't know that I want any of those on there. See what's in this. This is something that a friend of mine sent too. Isn't this pretty? And see, I don't want to use this. I don't want to use it because it's so pretty. I just want to save it. Let's see, I've got purples in here and some blue, so could always use some of that green too. Let's take that one right there. Let's see. I can't remember how these come off. I think they're stickers. Yeah. Put that door right there, or window right there. Not a door, it's a window. And then we'll take this little butterfly, put it right there. And see what else we have. Oh, we have a lamp on here, but that wouldn't look so. Let's put some books. We can put some books. I'm just going to put them right there. They'll kind of cover that little piece of washi that where I put the hole in there. And then I think that might be all on that page, and I might put one of these little things on the edge. I got one in green right here. Well, that's more teal than green, but we're going to use it anyway. Oh, lots and lots of glue. Okay. Powder tool. Keep it from sticking together. And here again, I'll probably put something here later on the back of this. And then we've got this envelope that we need to do something with. When I get my big flowers out, we're going to do something with that. I'm not going to do anything with it right now. And then we can fill it full of goodies. And then we've got this envelope we can fill full of goodies. And then we're back to the front. So right here, just trying to look, see what I got. Nope, wrong way. I am going to put this little floral arrangement down right here. I think it'll work well with this on this side. Now I'm not going to put it up close to the edge like for a tab because it's just made out of regular paper. I don't want it to tear. So I'm just going to make sure that I get it glued down well. There we go. And then I like that and that together. And then this, I think I'm going to cut this one open at the top too. Because we've got the front open at the side, so this can be open at the top. And we can put a big journal card in there. That will work. And then I'll add other things to all of these. I always go back and add different labels and things like that to them. But that is the beginning. Isn't that cute? And I love these on there. I may go back and add a lot more of those. Like on the very edges like this so that they'll stick out a little bit. I like that. Alright. I think that is all I'm going to do on this one today. I need to come up with some journal cards and different things to go in the pockets. I don't know if I'm going to put something in every pocket, but I will have available for something for every pocket. So it'll go that route. And this is a pocket right here too that I need to punch because I forget that that's a pocket since I got that envelope in there. There we go. Okay. Well, I punched that one too, but that's okay. All right. So that is the very beginning, a second video on our little paper bag journal, and this is going to be nice and chunky, and it's going to have lots of different storage and lots of places that you could write. So I would kind of call this a little junk journal because it's basically made out of things that you would probably, you know, some of these things you would probably toss. Like this was a very torn and wrinkled and thrown in the garbage glycine bag, and I pulled it out of the garbage to use. So, you know, there's things like that in here. Some of these little bags were, you know, maybe meant for the garbage, but I don't throw them away. I'm not throwing anything away. You know me. All right, if I think I can use it, I'm definitely not. So that's all we're going to do on this today. When we come back, what we'll do is we'll make little tags and things for the pockets. Now, some of these little things that are out of this book, it's going to be just the right size to slide in some of these pockets. So we may just fill some of the pockets with things like that. So that will be something good. And then we'll make tags and things for some of the others. And then we'll go back and we'll tie it together with our seam binding. And I may get another seam binding too. Like I'd like to have this one and then maybe a red one or a yellow one to put on there. Alright guys, I think that's it on this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button and don't forget to share the video if you will. That is helping more on the algorithm right now than subscribing. So if you'll share it, like it, that would help us out and I appreciate it. And we will talk to you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.